Hello students, in the today's session we will talk about the implementation of socket by using the Python language. So you can use any language, but in my case I am using Python. So all of the concept related to the socket is already discussed in the class. So how do we implement the socket in the Python? So first thing you have to import, the first step is you have to import the socket module, or you can say a socket class. Then the second one is you have to make object. Why we are making the object? Because we want to, here should be socket. So we are making object. This object is used to call the methods and the functions inside the socket class. So what are that functions and the methods? So when we are creating the server side socket, so my third step will be binding. My fourth will be listen. My fifth one will be accept, and the sixth one will be the transfer of data. So actually in the socket programming, the socket is related to the two things. The first one is called the IP address and the second one is called the port number. So there will be two programs you have to be run simultaneously. The first program will invoke the server and the second program will invoke the client. So these are the steps that you have to be followed in order to create the server, and your file name should be saved with server.py. The same step you have to write over the client also. So the same steps I have to copy over there. So these are the these are the steps, and in the client point of view there is no need to maintain the binding. So the binding step should not be put there, as well as listen should not be there, and also the accept will not be there. So in order to maintain the connectivity with the server, there is one extra step that is called the connect. And the transfer of data will begin. So we will start from a very simple program, the client server program here. So first we have to make the server. So what will be the first step? The first step is to import the socket. So I will import the socket. I am using PyCharm. You can use any Ubuntu platform, in the getEdit platform also you can use anything, but you have to save your program with the .py extension because we are doing the program in the Python language. So first step is we have to import the socket. So after the importing of the socket, the second step is we have to make the object. So how can we create the object? Suppose my object name is S. S equal to, this object is of which type? Is of socket type. So I have to write socket over there, and I have to call the socket function or socket method, because the function needs some parameter to have be passed. So I have to pass certain parameters. What are that? The first parameter is called as socket dot af underscore inet, right? So this one that is called socket underscore af dot inet, it tells you about the version of your IP, means you are using the IPv4 or IPv6. So currently I am using IPv4. So the theme is AF underscore INET. And the second one is called, the second one should be socket dot sock underscore stream. So this one tells you about what the protocol you have to use in order to implement the client and the server, and which type of communication you want to perform. So sock stream indicates that we are using the TCP protocol. When we are using the UDP protocol, we have to indicate sock underscore dgram. Like in the case of stream, I will use this one, sock dgram, but I am using TCP here. So sock underscore stream, and there are one extra parameter which is initialized to 0. Basically this one will tells that inside the TCP which protocol you want to invoke, because I am using this program in my local host and it does not contain any application over the related to the real time. That's why I am initializing it with the 0. So in order to create the socket object, we have to pass the 3 parameters inside the function. The first one is for indicating the IPv4 or IPv6, that is called AF underscore INET. Second one is to indicate whatever protocol, what the protocol you have to use in order to create the client and server application. You want to use the TCP or UDP, and 0 indicates which type of TCP protocol version you have to use. In my case, I am using 0 because I am not creating any real time related application. I am using this only for the example and local host purpose. So my first and the second step is completed. What will be my third step? The third step is to create the binding. So binding will be my object name. Then by using the dot operator, I have to call the bind function. So that is the beauty of the Python programming, that you have to access all the function by using just creating the object and call it by using the dot operator. So as dot bind, and inside this bind you have to pass certain parameters. What are that parameters? The parameters will be in terms of the IP address and the port number. This IP address is nothing but the IP address of the client. So in my case, because I am running this in the local host, so I am indicating this loopback address, that is called 127.0.0.1. And what will be my port address? Port address will be any number, but it is recommended that you have to utilize the port number is greater than 1023, because under 1 to 1023 it is reserved. So it should be passed in the form of the tuple. So as dot bind, the IP address of the client and the port number of the client socket. So my third step will also complete. What is my fourth step? The fourth step is listen. The listen functionality is used to indicate that how many clients the server want to listen. At the time, how many clients the server can create a connection. So object name, that is S, and I have to call the function that is called listen, and the listen you have to pass one integer value, that is indicate that at a particular time how many clients can connect to the particular server. In my case, I am using 5. It means I can assign 5 clients to the server at a time. So this step is also successfully completed. Now the fifth step is called accept. So S dot accept. What is the meaning of that function S dot accept? It means that after binding with the client, here after binding with the client, we have IP address of the client as well as the port number, and we have to do accept the connection. So S dot accept, and it returns 2 parameters. The first one is called the client object as well as the client address. Client object and client IP address. So this function returns two parameters. The first one is called client object, that is CONN, and the client address, that is ADDR. This client object is used to transfer the data from server to client. Then we have to send some data to the client from the server. So we have to use this object, that is con, and at the server side for establishing the communication, I will write over there that TCP uses two methods called send and receive in order to send the packet and in order to receive the packet. So in my case I am sending the packet, so con dot send. And also one thing you have to remember, that in the socket programming all the packet have to be transferred and the content have to be transferred in the terms of the bytes, and this byte is indicated by B over there. So in terms of the byte, what the message I want to send? The message is, hey, this is server. So this is the one thing, that the server wants to send some message to the client. Suppose the server wants to receive some message from the client. So in that there is a receive method. So how can we use this receive method? That is print and the object name, that is called con. And what is my method? Method is receive. And inside this you have to pass one parameter, that is called the buffer value. It indicates that how much amount you can receive the data from the client. So this is the whole program for the server, and the same thing you have to do for the client also. So this thing will remain same for the client, so I will directly paste over there. So first step is already completed, second is already completed, but in case of S I will change it with con, because in my server coding I am indicating that after the accept the con will be object. So here the same con object I have to create, that is con. Then what is the third one? Third one is the connect. So con dot connect. The IP address and the port number. What is my IP address? This one. So just copy paste over there. So after this step, my client will be successfully connected with the server. Now at the server side I have made one transmission, that the server has to send a packet, that is in the packet the content is, hey, this is transfer. So this packet should be received by the client also. So there we have the call to method, that is called receive. So my object name is con dot receive, and in the receive the parameter will be the buffer size, that at how much time, how much amount the contents will get accepted by the particular client or a server. And also if client wants also send a message to the server, then con dot send. And all the things have to be represented in the bytes. So inside this we have to indicate it is as B, and in the double quotes we have to write hello, this is client. So now my client and the server program is successfully done, and it is very simple. Just you have to remember the context and the syntax also. So in order to run that, what is the procedure? So there are two programs, server.py and client.py. So first you have to start the server. Why? Because the client is connecting to the server. Server will not connect to the client. Server is not asking for the services from the client. Just like at the Google services, Google is a server and we are the client. So every time I have to connect with the Google server, the Google will not connect with them. So that's why the server will open first. Server should be working. So I have to start the server, run server. My server is running, and after that time I will run my client.py. So you can see my server and client at the console. Whatever the message I am sending, the client is successfully received. Whatever the client is sending, the server is successfully received. So what the client sent, what the server sent? The server sent, hey, this is a server. And at the client side, it is received or not? It is successfully received. Hey, this is server. What the client sent? The client sent, hello, this is client. So check whether the server receives is not. Yes, it is successfully received. So the thing is, what is B over there? So B is nothing but it displays that you are string in the binary format. So what is the procedure in order to mitigate or remove this B? So I will see that in my another example of this client and server application. So this is the whole program regarding the server and the client regarding in the Python programming. So hopefully it is understood to all of you. Just you have to make 6 steps over there, and at the client side you have to make only the 4 steps. So do the things one by one, step by step, and you will get all the things. Also in the server, in the listen method, there is a 5. So it can connect at least or exactly 5 clients over there. So what if I make another client and connect to this server simultaneously? So it should connect. Like I make another client, that is client 2, and in the message it sends, hello, this is client 2. So again you have to start the server. So first you have to close it. And client 2. So hey, this is the server, and at the client side, where is the server? Yeah, this is the server, that is hello, this is client 2. So the server can accept more than 1 connections at a time, and the maximum limitation is 5. So this value can be any large as you can according to your application. So in this program we will learn how to make a chatting app between a client to the server, chatting functionality between a client to the server through the socket programming. So first you have to follow the steps will be same as we do in this program. So I will write these steps over there because you are new in this programming method, so you will confuse. And at the client one, it will be only 4 steps. So the first thing is you have to import the socket. So import socket. Now my second thing is make the object. So I am making the object with s equal to socket. So I will not write again and again the same thing, so I will copy paste over there. I think you should understand what are the parameters inside this, because my video gets long over there, that's why I'm copy pasting. Then binding. So for the binding, the same procedure you have to do, binding and listen and accept. So binding, listen and accept. After that, just I want to print the message, that print got connected from, and it is optional, it is not mandatory that you have to do this step, and ADDR. Actually this step is working when multiple clients are there and the server has to differentiate between them in terms of the address. So currently which client is connecting, that the servers will know by printing this statement. Then you have to assign a loop. So this loop will come true until the termination of the connection. So after the connection is established, my loop will be initiated because we are creating the chat for the infinite number of time. So message. So message, in the message tab, in the message variable, I have to indicate two users. The first one is the Nidhi and the second one is the Anshika. So Nidhi is the first user. So Nidhi is there, and concatenating of the string, and from reading the command line you have to use the input method. Then whatever the message is read from the terminal, it has to send towards the client. So what is the object of the client? The object of the client is con. So con, what is the method? The method is send. You can see here the method is send, and inside the send you have to pass the parameters. So what message you want to send? You want to send this message that you have read it from the terminal. So you have to encode it in a UTF-8 format by default, and this message will be sent in the terms of the bytes. It is a mandatory condition. So the first one is message, two parameters you have to pass, message, and the second one is the encoding version. So in my case the encoding version is UTF because it is the default case. So after sending of the message, because it is a chatting type of application, so obviously the client will also send some message and it has to be received by the server also. So means you have to take message at the server side, means you have to take a variable that is data, and all the strings that is coming from the client socket you have to convert it over the string. So the object name will be con and the method name is receive, and inside this method you have to mention the buffer, that is 1024. You can take any buffer, in my case I am taking 1024, so kindly do not confuse with it. And also in the previous one you have seen one message like this one, like B and hello, this is client. The display look of this message is very dirty because the mentioning of B in the first text line is not pretty. So that's why I will remove that line, that is B. So in order to delete that, we have to call a method that is called the strip. In the strip you have to remove the word B and you have to mention this one. So like this way the B will be automatically vanished. Then you have to print the data, and all the data will be in the string format. So when you want to convert your string into integer, you have to convert it into the int, that is in place of str you have to write int. The syntax will be similar as just like the Python that we cover in the IT workshop, but we have to just use over there that concepts like the creation of the function and conversions. So my server is created, then we have to create the client. So in the client this step will be same, so I will just copy from there because I have no so much time, so that's why. So after the connection, this thing you have to remove over there, because after the connection you have to maintain the chat in the lifetime, so while true until the closing of the connection. So one variable you have to create, that is called the message. You can take any variable. In my case I'm taking message. And what is the object name? Because the first message should be sent from the server, this one na, this message, and this message has to be received by the client, because so in that case we have to invoke the receive function over there, because the server is sending the message and the client is receiving in that case. So that's why we have to invoke the function receive by the dot operator and with the using of object. So my object is con over there and my method will be receive, and under the receive you have to pass the buffer size, that is 1024 in my case. Then print the message. After the printing of the message, suppose client also want to send some data to server, so just copy that thing over there. Oh, I should paste the wrong thing, because so that's why we have to create one message con dot send, because the client want to send a message na, so that's why it has to create a message. So my message is, the user will be Anshika in that case. And con dot send bytes message encoding and UTF. So first you have to save it and run it. So first we have to start the server. My server is started. Then we have to start the client. So after starting of the client, go to the chat server terminal. You can see one message is there, that is 127.0.0.1, and this is the port number. So port number will be randomly assigned over there, because the port number 1026 is fixed for the server, and for the client it is 607 and 07. Now after that we have to send a message. So you can see, I think something is mistake over there, so I will rerun over it. So first we have to start the server, and then we have to start the client. So after maintaining the connection, I have to initiate a message hi, and you can see, because the server is Nidhi, you can see there the server is Nidhi, this one, and the client is Anshika. So in that case, the first message is initiated from the server, that is hi, so means Nidhi is sending a message to Anshika. So that's why in the terminal of Anshika it says Nidhi hi. So after getting the hi from Nidhi, Anshika will send a message, that is hello, and at the server side where the Nidhi is residing, it says Anshika says hello to you. So I think there is some mistake over there, because it is displays like a previous thing in the client side. Okay, so that thing I not mention over there, that's why. So that should be printed over there, and here it will be str. I think now it will become good. So I will again run this, run chat1 and run client. So chat will send a message, that is hi, Anshika and enter. Client, there is a Nidhi. So at the client side, Anshika will know that okay, Nidhi sending to me hi Anshika. So Anshika will send hello Nidhi, how are you? So Anshika will surely talk to me after getting the job, like this. She will not say me hello or hi ma'am. She will directly say hello Nidhi, how are you? And enter. So jokes apart, you can see at the server side it is displayed that Anshika sent hello Nidhi, how are you? Okay, so this is the simple client and server chat application that you have to run. So I think 2 of the programs I have successfully completed. So I will jump to the another one, but in that I will create UDP client and server, because UDP is for the connectionless and TCP is for the connection oriented. So connection oriented I already created, and for the connectionless that I will elaborate you. So now I am creating UDP server and the UDP client for the connectionless protocol, connectionless socket implementation in Python. So it is very easy as compared to TCP, because some modules are not over there and not used. So what are the steps over there? The first one is the mandatory, that is import the socket. And then the second one is called making of the object. And then the binding you have to do. So after the binding, there is a difference in the TCP and UDP, that the listen and accept is not here over the UDP protocol. Why? Because there is no connection establishment between a client to the server. Just after the binding, it can start the packets. So after the binding, it will not listen or it will not accept. That kind of thing will not be happened in the UDP. So the connection that is called three-way handshaking protocol, that I will explain you in my lectures that will be held in the October, because transport layer protocol is my part. So in that lectures you will going to know that what is the main difference between TCP and UDP. But for current time, just learn that thing, that in the TCP three-way handshaking you have to use in order to make establish the connection, but in the UDP is not the case. After binding, it has to start the packet. That's why the UDP is unreliable protocol, and it is used for the faster transmission of data. When the delay is not a very big factor, that you can use UDP. Delay and the quality is not a big factor, then you can use UDP. So the live transmission in terms of the video is using the UDP protocol, not the TCP protocol. So I will stop the explanation over there, otherwise I will just elaborate all the UDP components and parts, all the things. So just go to the programming, because main mudda of the today's video is to do the programming of socket in Python. So after the binding, you have to just transfer of data. So TCP uses 2 methods, send and receive, but UDP uses different functions. What is the functions or methods? It will use send to and receive from. Okay. Then what will be the client side? So I will explain the client side when I will do the server. I will complete the server programming. So first step is import the server. That is very easy. Then you have to make an object. So object implementation is also very easy. So let me copy the same thing from the previous one until the binding. Yes, it is done. I don't know why I'm always writing this wrongly. Yes, import socket. Object is created. Then object binding should be there, that the server type of socket is binding to this particular address and the port number of the server is 1026. You can use any port number. Suppose I am using 1029 in that case. And then after the binding you have to immediately transfer the data. So in that case, the one restriction is in the UDP communication. After establishment of the communication means binding process, the server will not accept anything from the UDP client. Just the restriction is UDP has to send the first packet towards the server. Server will not send the packet first. UDP has to utilize the receive from feature and has to send the packet first. So means the server has to receive it, means there is a function of send receive from. So I have to write the terminology of receiving the packet. So for receiving we have to call the method. The method is receive from. We have to call this by using the object. So s dot receive, and in the receive from we have to indicate the buffer value, that is 1024. So when the packet is received from the UDP, it will contain two things. The first one is called the message itself and the second one is the IP address of the client. After that, the receiving in the buffer, we have to print that message. Okay, that is a simple program. And suppose the server wants to send some message toward it, then it has to send like data. The same thing I have to copy from the UDP server, the UDP chat server. In place of message there should be data. And here this message should be replaced by data, and the method will be replaced by send to, because we are sending the packet, and this send to will carry two things. The first one is called the message itself and the second one is called the address. So one thing I can do over there, that I will create new over there and new comma addr. You can do some another method. This method is already used by me now, so I will tell you the another method. That is the object of the client and send to, and here the method is the data dot encode, and under the parameter you have to define the decoding value, encoding value, that is UTF-8 and address. So by this way my UDP server is prepared. Now I have to create the UDP client. So in order to create the UDP client, what are the methods, what are the steps? The first one is importing of the socket, the second one is making of the object. Then after making of the object, this binding should not be there, and also immediately transfer of packets we can proceed. So the first step is, it will be become 3. The first step is import socket and after the importing you have to create the object. So I will copy my created object from there. Then after creating the object I can immediately send the packet. So while true means until the termination of the connection. The message, as the restriction is client has to send the first message, so from the chat client this one I have to copy over there. Because my client is Anshika and it will be sent to. And inside of this we have to pass the two parameters. So just I have to copy this one. And it will be message. So message.encode in the UTF-8 version and the address. What is the address? Address you have to be paste over there, like 127.0.0.1. IP address of the server and port number of the server. So in the packet itself the IP address and the port number will be situated, and according to that IP address the socket will transmit the packet by using the send to method. And suppose the server wants to send to something to client, the client should receive it. So in order to receive it, the method will be con.receive_from. So where it is received, and the buffer size is 1024. So when it is received something from the entity, so two things you have to represent. The first one is called data and the second one is called ADDR, that is address, and you have to just directly print that data. So my client and the server program is ready for the run. Also there is a mistake that in the UTP-7.py, because we are not using the accept method, so we do not know about the object of client. So that's why these both of send to and the receive packets we have to be associated with, that have to be associated with server object. And also one major mistake I have done here, that is I am telling you how to write program in UDP and I am initiating the TCP protocol. So instead of stream I have to write sock and dgram. Same you have to do in the dgram also. So this is one blunder mistake I have done over there. So yes, so I corrected all of it, and now we have to run over there. First we have to start the server. So run the UDP server, then run the UDP client. So in the UDP protocol, first message should be sent from the client. So at the client terminal I have to write hi Nidhi, because at the server Nidhi is sitting. So hi Nidhi. So from the UDP server terminal we can check whether the message is received by the Nidhi or not. Yes, it is received, and Nidhi will understand this message is sent by the Anshika. Now the Anshika wants to send a message, sorry, Nidhi wants to send a message. So, hi Anshika, how are you? So you can see there the chatting is successfully completed. So this is the simple program of a client and the server applications of chatting type of things by using the TCP as well as the UDP. So I think all of the concepts and related to the steps of the socket programming implementation is Python is now clear to all of the students. Still, if you have any doubts regarding how to call a particular thing over there, so that will not be the case, because I explain all other things, that how can we call the socket, the object, and the another thing is depends on your programming functionality, like at how much you are confident over the Python. So creation of the function, how to call that function, that you have to do by your own self, because socket is not understood by you, it is acceptable, but the Python syntax is not understand by you, it will not be acceptable in my case. So kindly try. If you have any doubt, then mail me immediately. Okay.